Hello, you beautiful kings and queens. I've included the main juicy parts and the main tips right here in the beginning in case anyone does not want to watch or need to watch to the end. This is for you, girl. I got you. Okay, so it doesn't matter how big or small your braids are. The main point is that it's neat and that it's smooth. Continue to smooth your hair as you're braiding. Try to do 3 even sections so that you don't have to add hair throughout. And while you're braiding, I don't know if you guys can tell my technique. I pull down on the far left strand of hair and twist the right strand. You can do right or left, whatever feels natural to you. Don't braid all the way down. I'm going to curl at the bottom. Once our hair is fully dry, I like to just separate the curly part that I did at the bottom and finger pick my roots. That's it, y'all. Enjoy the tutorial. Hello, kings and queens. Welcome back to the Queendom of Creativity. I hope you guys are having an awesome and a blessed day wherever you are. And if not, I am praying for you. I pray your day gets better because, trust me, I am going through some things myself right now. And I ask that you guys keep me lifted up in prayer. I have talked about them on video. I'm just not sure if I'll post that video. It's nothing for me to be ashamed of, but it's very hard. But without further ado, as far as this video goes, I have found the best protective style for me, and we're going to jump straight into it. It is just a very simple braid out. It doesn't have to be specific. So I'm starting off with freshly washed hair. I've parted my hair down the middle. I'm going to get this section completely out the way. I'm going to part the other side of our hair in half. Get the top part out the way. Because I personally like to work from back to front on my hair. And we're going to part that back section in half. Or at least that's what I do. And in that bottom section, after I've shampooed my hair with Dr. Bronner's cast iron soap, and I haven't put anything in it. So what I'm going to do for my hair is the lock method. Lock stands for liquid, oil, and cream, and just depending upon your hair porosity, it can help your hair to actually absorb the moisture that you're trying to put in it, and it can also help it to retain that moisture. So for my first product, my liquid, I'll be using the Super Milk by Lush. I love the way this product smells. For my oil, my hair has been loving coconut oil, so here I just have some coconut oil and a ramekin. And last but not least, my cream is this Roker Roots Deep Conditioning Mask. And this product I found out about from Good Morning America. If you guys are familiar with Al Roker, this is his daughter's hairline, and it is very well loved. This is one of my top favorite hairlines and hair products is by Roker Roots. So yeah, definitely check them out. Other than that, I'll be using a Tangle Teaser. This is a new addition for me. And why I decided to get a Tangle Teaser, this is how it looks. If you guys are wondering about the hype of this brush and if it helps to get kinks and knots out faster or better, I bought this brush because if you look at the end of the bristles, unlike your typical paddle brush, it doesn't have the balls on the end, which can create single strand knots, meaning, which has happened to me before, especially if you have natural kinky or curly hair. Your hair gets almost to the end of that ball and gets caught, and there it creates a knot, or it can create a knot. I will use a paddle brush to wrap my hair when it's straight, but as far as my natural hair, I have switched over to this Tangle Teaser. It costed me, I want to say about $15, but I did get it at Walgreens. I've actually applied my product already to this section, and this could be one braid. It's really up to you guys. And I'm going to show you guys my method of braiding too, that I feel like kind of helps me to have a decent braid out. So we're going to take 3 even pieces of hair because we don't want to have to add more hair as we go down the shaft. I'm starting to braid, if you guys notice, towards the bottom. Instead of putting it in the middle, I'm starting it towards the bottom. And I'm twisting and pulling all the way down, making sure I smooth this piece all the way out. And I'm going to continue to twist so that when we take it down, it'll just be curly. It's really not even going to look like a braid out. It's just mainly going to be curly. And as I'm going, I'll kind of straighten out some of the kinks that may come along. And then when I get too low to really create a neat braid, I'm going to stop and just twist the hair around my finger until it makes a uniform curl at the bottom. So that is my first braid. As you can see, it's a pretty decent sized section. And my next section, or next half of this half, I'm going to again divide it in two. Make sure they're even so that they'll look even. Okay, they're pretty even. I'm not going to bore you guys with my whole head, but basically the liquid Super Milk from Lush, it comes in a spray, and I'm just going to spray it. Take a decent amount of coconut oil and work it into my scalp as well as the shaft of my hair. Because that's one thing I struggle with, is my scalp getting like really dry and itchy. Next is my cream. And I'm feeling for moisture as I'm rubbing it in. Feels pretty good. So next, I'm going to take my Tangle Teaser and work from the end or the tip to the roots. And you guys, if you've got any stray, straggly hairs on your hands before you braid and as you're braiding, wipe them off. I am wiping them on my PJs. Probably not the best idea, but hey, that's the real. It's just hair product. Not a big deal to me. So let's get into that braid. 3 even sections. And if you guys are wondering if there's any particular place that I like to start my braid, I would say towards the bottom. So instead of starting towards the middle or the top, I like to start at the bottom. Pull all the way down and twist. All the way down and twist. All the way down. Oh, let me stop. I'm not trying to be annoying. Okay, so I wanted to slow it down and clarify. So with our 3 sections of our braid, because our braid has 3 different sections, one piece we're pulling it all the way down and making sure that it is smooth. The middle piece, we're not really doing anything with it other than wrapping it over. And our third piece, we're twisting it until we get to the bottom where we can no longer make a neat braid. And we're going to just twist that around our finger into a finger coil. I'm going to finish this side and I may come back. I really feel like there's not much else I need to say. The next step may actually be the takedown. Only other thing I did want to say really quick is that I will actually wear these braids maybe a day or so as like a protective style, just the braids. And then I'll usually take them down. Sometimes I'll wear them overnight and take them down in the morning. But you can wear the braids that you're putting in your head, like actually wear them out as a protective style for a couple days if you want to. And yeah, it just creates a really nice braid. Okay, so I am all done with the braid out. I have exactly 7 braids on each side. I have a bigger section in the front, so I have 4 in the front and 3 in the back on both sides. And like I say, it doesn't have to be a precise number. You can do more or less. It'll still be juicy either way. And my parts aren't super straight. I mean, they look straight, but I mean, I parted with my fingernails. So let's look at the back. So the next thing I'm going to do, I know you're supposed to dry your hair. I'm going to be honest. The next thing I'm going to do is put on a bonnet and go to bed. My hair is still a little damp. Should be dry by the morning. Another thing I wanted to mention is on the other side of my hair. On this side of my hair, I use this, like I say, deep conditioning mask, which is recommended to wash out. And on this side of my hair, I use this Revive Hair Moisturizer by Lush. I like this product. It's just strong, and the hair milk is already, the Super Milk hair product is already strong in smell. So I don't use it very much, but my hair has been falling out a lot. And that's why I bring that up, because I wanted to use a different product on this side of my hair to see if it's the product or it's just my stress. I know stress has been affecting my body. I'm currently under the weather because I worked myself up so much behind my situation. I kind of allowed it to make me sick. And then also I got my period twice this month, and it's been very painful and just unnatural for me. Very heavy. And like I said, my hair has been falling out. So y'all, don't let the stress get to you. I do have to remember that God is in control. Here's a quick little message too. I do have to remember that God is in control. And just a little bit of transparency about my situation, since it's like, I hate when somebody starts talking about something, like they bring something up and then they don't never really talk about it. So you're like, dang, I don't really know how to pray for her. I want to know the tea. So here's the tea. I was laid off my job back in April. It is now November. So yes, I have been unemployed for 7 months at this point. It's really difficult. I have been in my field, my career path for 5 years. So I'm at a place where I'm not understanding why I'm not getting a job, why I'm not getting a whole bunch of interviews, why I haven't been hired yet. And God revealed to me that you can't love him and money at the same time. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And that you will either need to be hot or cold and not lukewarm. And all those verses and all those things is really convicting me right now in this situation, because I feel like some days I'm on fire for him and I'm trusting in him. And I'm like, Lord, your timing, your will, not mine. And then I have those days like today where I pout, I'm frustrated, I cry, I try not to cry, I try to hold it in. I literally told God today, I'm one bad break away from a breakdown. And then I have those days like that. So I'm teeter-tottering. And so I was listening to Vicki Logan and Cameron Logan, her husband. Their podcast is called Everything Is We. I was listening to their most recent episode. I think it was posted a day ago. So today's November 11th. I'm sure it's posted November 10th, 2023. And they were kind of talking about some of those things as well. And it caused me to reflect on my love for money and how I fall back on it. Like similarly to how Vicki expressed in her video. Typically, whenever I'm going through something, I rely on that, the ability to go shopping and buy whatever food I want to buy, go out to eat, sit down, go to the bar, like really do it up. I spent over $100 on one meal for just myself. And yeah, right now I have more bills than money, and it's hard. It's very challenging. It's a season of insecurity for me. I've been in this place before, and God did provide a way. He did give me a job in that season. I had 77 cents left in the bank. I remember that. I posted about that on my TikTok in that season. So yeah, this is just a moment of vulnerability. If you've made it this far, I ask that you continue to lift me up in prayer. And honestly, you guys, I have applied for so many jobs, changed my resume so many times. And yes, I know about the applicant tracking system. Yes, I know about making sure that the text is all serif fonts, and that the what's that word I'm looking for? It's not splice. It's I'll put it on the screen, making sure that it's able to actually go through your resume and then push it out into a format. I know about chronological and functional resumes. Like, so before you say any of those things, I have tried it all. I've done it all. I've never had a hard time getting a job. Never. I have, based on my skill set and my knowledge in my past, I haven't even had to show a resume to get a job. I'm used to making $30 an hour without a resume, because I know my stuff. I love my career, love my job. I know my stuff. I mean, 5 years, who wouldn't? So it's just been difficult. Me questioning myself, me questioning God. And like Vicki said in her video, I had to forgive myself and quit reflecting back on that season and this season that I'm in. And at this point, I don't know if God even wants me to apply for any more jobs. Right now, I'm looking into financial aid to go back to school, because at least with that, I know that will give me a little money. It's not going to be a lot, but it'll be enough for me to pay my bills, my car note. I bought a car this year. And then by the time income tax rolls around, maybe I'll get a little change then. So yeah, I feel like I've kind of given up on that because God brought it into my, he convicted me today about it. And so I'm not even looking for a job anymore at this point. Because I kept asking him for direction and guidance. And everybody was telling me no or not responding back to me. So he's good. I'll continue to trust him and rely on him. Like I said, for tonight though, I'm going to put my bonnet on. In the morning, Lord willing, we will take down the braid outs and get into the curls. Okay, so it is the next day. I started off wearing a bonnet to bed. My hair is completely dry now. It's the end of the next day, I should say. Started off wearing a bonnet to bed. It came off halfway through. And so this is how it's looking. Not super frizzy or crazy or anything like that. I wore it, of course, in the braids all day. They're still in. I'll probably take it down with you guys tomorrow. Please excuse if I have any white stuff flaking off my face. I've mixed two skincare products that doesn't go together, and I'm just finding that out right now. So we will catch up tomorrow when I take my hair down. Okay, so this is really more like 3 days later, but how I separate and take my hair down is in two different parts. If you guys notice, the top part is braided and the bottom part is curly, because remember, we curled our ends or twisted them around our finger. So I'm going to start by taking down just the braids. This point, I'm leaving the curls undisturbed, if that makes sense. So I'm starting right above the curl where the braid ended and just separating the braided part of the hair. For now, at least. I promise we'll get back to the curls a little bit later. And this is one of the things I feel makes a difference, at least to me, is doing this step first. And really quick, I wanted to mention, just in case anybody is curious, the lashes I have on are actually press-ons, which I had no idea even existed. They're by Kiss. I'll link them down below and create a video if anyone would like me to. But as far as our braid out goes, once we've taken down all the braids, I personally prefer to just separate our curls, or to be more exact, our finger coils at the bottom. And I'm going to show you guys with this example piece here why I don't like to separate it starting from the top. It creates frizz to me. I don't know if you guys can see it. And here's another breakdown to the method of my madness and why I like to just separate the finger coils at the bottom. Because in the past, when I've done finger coils and gone to separate those curls, the more you disrupt the curls, the more defined they look to me. Those tighter ringlets and finger coils versus manipulating a style like a braid out or a twist out. It just always ends up looking poofy and frizzy to me. So it doesn't matter if your hair is long, short. I always like to include some type of ringlets at the end of my styles, because you still get the volume at the top from the braid out or the twist out, which I like because I've done all ringlets straight through, and it's kind of flat to me. It can be kind of flat without manipulating it a lot. So this is my infamous curly braid out technique. Please let me know and tag me if you try it. I promise I'm friendly. I'll shout you out, compliment you up, love on you with the love of the Lord. And you guys, we're just going to pick at the roots with our hands. I don't have a pick, so I use my hands. But just remember, we're going to stick to our braid out and our twist out at the top for volume. And we're going to separate our finger coils at the bottom for definition. So here I'm just doing the same thing on the other side. But if you guys have any questions or comments that you would like to leave, please do not hesitate. I promise I am not only friendly, but I am down to earth. I am open. And when I say open, I'm open to sharing things about myself and being transparent. You guys, that's what makes people relatable. I have shared some of my struggles on here, and I'm not ashamed, because those are the things that God has determined in his mercy to allow me to go through, to build my character, to challenge me. And some of the things I even asked for have caused me to go through the things that I've gone through in my life. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask if you don't mind liking the video, subscribing to my channel, if you actually like me and vibe with me. And also, if you guys would please leave a nice comment in the the comment section down below, if not for me to pour into somebody else, because I never know, you never know who may come across this video and what they may be going through. And I pray that somebody in seeing me will get poured into as well. And plus, God is not a man that he can lie. He says it in his word. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So that was my video pretty much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to also pick or finger pick the back of your hair as well, so that your parts are not showing. And as always, I love and appreciate all of you beautiful kings and queens. And I genuinely hope and pray that you guys have a blessed day.